Absolutely. Dr. Khalid, the situation, of course, is very, very urgent also in terms of what the people are facing. And the caretaker Prime Minister has also called for an emergency meeting. And we welcome, of course, the steps taken in terms of being able to find a solution to the current problem. But in so far as to what we've been discussing, I don't see something that can benefit the people immediately in terms of their worries at the moment, and perhaps no easy way also. There's a lot of if and buts in terms of how we negotiate with the IMF even, and whether or not we're successful in that. So in light of all of this, how do you think the government should be approaching the matter right now so that we can provide relief as soon as possible?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the invitation. Just like Dr. Najib said, that we are under IMF program, and we cannot afford the luxury of providing subsidy without the permission of IMF. So there are many hard choices, and there is no easy solution to that. In the very immediate terms or in short term, what measures government should do, I think if we see the division in terms of electricity bill, the government charges, they are like 17 to 20%, and then the electricity charges, they are like 80%. What immediate relief that government can provide to the consumer is that they can lower these government charges in terms of electricity duty, in terms of GST, just the way Dr. Najib has told us that GST can be reduced, but this should be aligned with, this should be according to the program of IMF. Contrary to anything contrary to IMF program, this will create more financial burden on the energy sector. It would create circular that
right.
more circular.
Dr. Khalid, I don't understand one thing. If you could help me understand in terms of whether you think there is a margin of lowering the charges that the government is taking. If there was a margin within the conditionalities of the IMF, why weren't we already doing that?
Yep. There are two questions to ask here. First one is that if it comes under the mandate of caretaker government. Second is that what is the level to which GST can be reduced if we are in this program of standby arrangement. These two are very important questions, and I am sure that government would be solving the modalities around these two questions. If these two measures are correctly placed, then I think GST can be reduced because FBR has already achieved their target. GST is currently 17%, 17% relief to the consumers who are consuming like 100 to 200 and 200 to 300 unit slab. That would be a good relief for consumer in the immediate terms, in the short term. Other than that, I think all the measures would create more financial burden on the energy sector, which is already in this financial turmoil. It will increase the financial instability. It will increase circular debt, and when circular debt increases, the interest payments that is to be paid, that also increases. Just like Dr. Fakan mentioned, that it is linked with rupee-dollar parity. It is linked with interest rate. When these two go up, or capacity payment charges in terms of circular debts interest payment, they also go up. So there is a need to have to sort this through, and there is a need to have thorough analysis in which we take two things. One is to provide immediate relief to the consumer, particularly to the consumer who are consuming electricity in first two slabs, that is 100 to 200 and 200 to 300, and I would go further, 300 to 400 as well. These three slabs, they are most vulnerable people in Pakistan right now because of the heat wave, because of the changing climate. Heat waves are growing, the temperature is rising, electricity demand is increasing, electricity consumption is increasing. There is a need to have this debate around that we should provide relief to slabs up to 400 units per so that we do not spoil our IMF private program. And the
Okay.
second thing is that provide immediate relief to the consumers as well. Uh, with this, with these short-term measures, we also need to plan for medium-term and long-term measures as well, because this is the right time. This is the right time to take these initiatives so that we could go into the medium-term and long-term. What should be the medium-term plans? We should go after taking care or efficiency. We should go after the system losses in terms of transmission and distribution losses. We should take care of our energy mix. We should take care of our circular debt problem so that we can not only have this short-term solutions for the consumer, but also we start to plan for the long-term and medium-term measures as well, which is the dire need of Pakistan and Pakistan's energy sector.
Right, absolutely. Faisal, one thing that Dr. Khalid talked about was the issue of the mandate of the caretaker setup as well, but I believe that it was empowered, especially